Hi friends, how are ya? What if we make macaroni and cheese today? What do you think? I'm gonna start by salting my water for my noodles. Got 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. I mean, you can use a box, but don't. This is so good. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of butter to 2 tablespoons of flour. That's where we start our roux. And we just want it to get a good, get the flour to get rid of the flour taste. So we just want to cook it a little bit. It's going to get brown. You don't want it to get too brown, but you want it to get brown enough. You don't want to go jambalaya brown, but you do want it to get brown and to get a little toasty. So we're getting some good color in that. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. The thing about making your own macaroni and cheese is that you get to decide what the cheeses are. You get to decide how salty it is. You get to decide what kind of noodles you're using. It's your macaroni and cheese. So it's gonna be good. Okay, well that was pretty simple. A minute in, a minute and a half really, almost 2. And we're ready for some milk. So we're gonna do about 2 cups, really just a cup and a half. That's that. I like to buy those little milk. Guys, I'm gonna turn down my heat just a little bit. If I know we're gonna be away for a couple of days and I want a little milk for my coffee or a little milk for my cereal, one of the things, I think maybe I've said this before, but in quarantine, before quarantine, I never was a big cereal eater, and oatmeal, yes, but not cereal. And in quarantine, I have been eating cereal a lot of mornings. So, okay, so it's thickening right up. So that's great. How long did that take? 3 minutes? Okay. So we've got the roux going, and now we've moved into a bechamel. This is all, it looks hard, but it is really simple. Okay, I'm gonna let that cook, get a little bit of the milk cooking. We don't want it to burn, but we want it to definitely, gotta keep moving it around. We can decide a little later if we want a little bit more. Let's talk cheese. I'm using cheddar, and I've got some white and I've got some yellow, just basic sharp. I love sharp cheddar, and I've grated that. Okay. I like to put a little blue cheese in because it gives it a tang, and then I also like to add a little goat cheese because that gives it a tang as well. If you don't like goat cheese, go for Gouda. If you don't like blue cheese, go for Gruyere. But you want some different kinds of cheeses, so you're getting some different flavors and some different layers of the cheeses kind of coming together. I think I might want a little bit more milk. And then, because honestly, 3 cheeses doesn't feel like it's enough. I'm gonna just keep moving these together, get them combined. I also have, where's my grater? Come back to me, come back to me. Thought I saw you in here. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. Underneath at the bottom of the Lazy Susan. Especially if I have a block cheese, I wrap it in my beeswax paper, and this is a gorgeous pecorino. So I'm gonna get some of this grated and get that in there as well. That's gonna give it a sharpness. My water is not boiling as I would want it to. I'm gonna turn the temperature down on my cheese a little bit. Now, in the Dixon household, we have an ongoing debate because I really love diced tomatoes in my macaroni and cheese. Peyton doesn't because he thinks they get a little bit stewed, but I'm telling you, okay, that's good. Now, if you grate it on the beeswax, it creates a seal, and then you have this cheese, and you're ready just to add it in. Oh, that's gonna add such a nice layer of flavor. Now, when I get to the end of this, I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna freeze it. When I get to the very end of the crust of my cheese, I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'll save the rind, put it in my freezer, and then from that, I am going to just gonna let this cheese kind of sit on warm, keep melding together as I wait for my pasta water to get going and boiling. It's already salted. I just need it to get done. So the rind I'll put in a soup, and that will give it some extra flavor once I am ready to make a soup or a chili or something. But for now, this will go back in the fridge. Like I was saying, I have diced tomatoes ready to go into my half of the macaroni and cheese. I'll keep Peyton's pure. I have, for the topping, I have some cheddar and I have some panko. So that'll be the crust, and I'll let you see what that looks like when it's done. Today I'm using brown rice and quinoa pasta. They're these really fun, let me show them to you. These really fun little pastas. Can you see them? Can the camera focus on them? There you go. Right? So it's gonna look like regular macaroni and cheese, but it's the brown rice and quinoa, and has a really nice kind of nutty flavor that we really like. So, but it's quick. So it's like 2-3 minutes in the water and it'll be ready, and then we'll add that to this cheesy goodness. What do you think? Now you may have wondered when this next move was coming. Okay, the water's boiling. So let's get our pasta in there. And we're gonna do 3 big handfuls. That's that. Now, in my cheese sauce, I'm gonna do some pepper, a little bit more. And I don't do this until really close to the end, but I like to put a little Dijon, 2 squirts, into the cheese sauce, because I think it just adds this layer of flavor, and you kind of wonder, what is that? And then you kind of go, wait a minute, it's mustard. So yeah, we've got that going. Cheese sauce is really good and ready for the pasta. Pasta's boiling. We've got a couple minutes on that. Get all the mustard mixed in. Mustard is a great flavor device, and sometimes we think, oh, it's only for hot dogs, but oh, friends, it's not. Okay, friends, today is a funny day. So you'll say to yourself, Charles, that's not little tiny baby macaroni envelopes. or what do you call them? Elbow macaroni. You're right, because what happened is the macaroni totally dissolved. I don't think I overcooked it, but I think it mixing with the cheese just kind of dissolved it. But I don't think it ruins it. I just think we need more pasta, and the quinoa and the rice are going to just give protein to the dish. But this is a great example of why you want to save a little bit of your pasta water, because it might need a little thinning out. So that's what we have. It still tastes really good. And we usually have a box of regular pasta. The problem with the gluten-free pasta is that it hits its al dente phase quickly, and then once it's gone past it, it is rough. So we've got the rigatoni. It's gonna make a really nice vessel to hold the cheese. And they're gonna go in these little tiny individual cast iron. And they get some of the topping and the panko. Right, all of that. There we go. There's one for Peyton. And then let's make another one. Macaroni and cheese also freezes really well, which is great. So a lot of times I'll make a batch of macaroni and cheese, and we'll each have one of these, and then I'll make it almost as if it's a little meatloaf, and then I freeze them, and then we'll go back into it later and kind of go, hey, what about that? Let's have some macaroni and cheese. But here we go. One more topping. There we go. That's gonna bake and be yummy. So I think we're ready for the tomatoes. So we add the tomatoes in and mix them in. That's great. My Nana used to put tomatoes in her macaroni and cheese, and I preferred my macaroni and cheese not broiled. I liked it more undercooked. I don't know why, because now I think, oh gosh, don't I want the crusty cheese on top? And I do, but, and I don't really understand why Peyton doesn't want the tomatoes, because he really likes stewed tomatoes, but he doesn't want, I guess he just wants to keep them separated. So, okay. So that one's for me. Get my topping on, and then we'll broil these. Get some nice crusty going on. And yeah, that's how you make macaroni and cheese in the Dixon house, even when it doesn't go right. And if this is wrong, I don't want to be right. I think it's going to be pretty good. The flavor of the cheese, the quinoa, and the rice doesn't hurt. Yeah. Okay, looks like I've got one more little vessel that I can fill, and we'll be good. I will show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven, friends. How do you make macaroni and cheese? Do you put stuff in it? Do you like bacon in it? Do you like sausage in it? Talk to me. Macaroni and cheese. What cheeses are you using? Okay, are you ready? Because here we are. Baby. Gooey, crusty, chunky, perfect. These are going to be awesome with a really big salad. Yep. Don't give up when it doesn't go exactly as you planned. And don't toss it out, because it can be salvaged, right? Excellent. Wish you could come over. Bon appetit. Love from New Jersey.